Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Mind Rush. Get ready to dive into heart-pounding chases, jaw-dropping action, and the most thrilling moments caught on camera. Let's get your heart racing. On November 10th, 2015, in Horry County, South Carolina, officers stopped an SUV outside the Walmart on Highway 544 after loss prevention staff reported the two women inside for shoplifting more than $2,000 in merchandise. The driver, 26-year-old LaQuandra Borden, was detained but allowed to step back into her vehicle while officers continued questioning. The moment the second officer reached the door, Borden turned the key, dropped the SUV into gear, and lurched forward with two officers hanging on. It was clear this stop had just changed.
What is he looking for? Oh, man, turn out the car! Get out of the car! Back up, back up! Back up! Back up! Put in park! Put in park! Put in park! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Borden rammed a patrol car, reversed, and sped out of the lot as officers scrambled back to their vehicles. With her passenger still inside, she pushed onto local roads, weaving through traffic and forcing officers to keep their distance as the risk climbed. A shot was fired when she nearly struck another officer during her escape, but she continued northbound toward Kings Highway. Spike strips were deployed ahead as the chase pushed deeper toward Myrtle Beach.
Okay, I still forgot your tires for north on 17. Copy, with the movies and also. North right now, still headed northbound in business. After 29, after 29. Get high up here by 38, that'll be great. 38. About 25 right now. Copy, 25. Alright, yeah, we should be able to. You got a gun? Where's that something?
The tires finally gave out near 37th Avenue North, causing the SUV to slow and drift to a stop. Patrol cars boxed her in as officers moved up on both sides, surrounding the vehicle. Borden stepped out with a gunshot wound to her arm and surrendered without further resistance. The passenger, Stokes, was detained and questioned at the scene. No officer suffered life-threatening injuries despite being dragged during the initial escape. She was charged with charges: shoplifting, first-degree assault and battery hit and run, criminal conspiracy, fleeing and eluding, reckless driving. A shoplifting call turned into a dangerous run from Highway 544 to Kings Highway. The chase ended with spike strips and with Borden headed to prison. On July 18, 2024 in Little Rock, Arkansas, Trooper A. Cass clocked a black four-door car speeding on I-630 West near the I-430 interchange. The vehicle crossed multiple lanes and continued accelerating, eventually reading 77 miles per hour in a 60 zone. When the trooper initiated a stop on I-430 North, the driver claimed she was rushing her child to the doctor and had no identification. Moments later, she decided the stop was over.
Pleasant Valley Drive. Speeds are at 70.
The car fled through city streets, blowing a red light on Breckenridge Road and running multiple stop signs along Pleasant Valley Road. Speeds climbed between 80 and 90 miles per hour as she cut through traffic with little hesitation. After re-entering the highway on I-430 South, the driver pushed the car past 100 miles per hour. Whatever urgency she claimed earlier was now buried under reckless speed and bad decisions.
Traffic light. If you really call it. If we're coming up on campus, if we're left on campus, going right on campus. Right on campus. Now you gotta keep giving those speeds in traffic. Going south on 430, south on 430. Okay, on 430. Traffic light, D60. Before you get a chance to be going into the GDI, we need it.
430 south, just south of Central exit. Subject been ejected.
As the pursuit continued southbound on I-430, Trooper Cass executed a controlled pit maneuver to end it. The car struck a guardrail, rolled into the median, and the driver was ejected from the vehicle. Troopers immediately rendered medical aid until paramedics arrived and transported her to UAMS. She survived the crash and was later identified as Diviana Bullock, who remained hospitalized pending a warrant for her arrest. The chase ended violently, but not fatally. Charges: felony fleeing, reckless driving, driving on suspended license, obstruction, speeding, no insurance. What began as a traffic stop turned into a high-speed crash on the interstate. She outran the stop, but not the consequences waiting at the hospital. On May 30th, 2021, in Carroll County, Georgia, deputies attempted to stop a white Chevrolet Tahoe during a routine patrol. Instead of pulling over, the driver accelerated and immediately began driving aggressively through local roads. At one point, the Tahoe swerved toward a deputy's patrol unit, turning a traffic stop into something much more serious. From there, the pursuit was officially on. The Tahoe sped through no passing zones and intersections, pushing past 80 miles per hour on roads that weren't built for it. Deputies reported the driver crossing center lines and making sharp, unpredictable moves as units tried to contain the chase. Whatever plan Huddleston had, it involved speed, risk, and very little concern for anyone else on the road. A state trooper moved into position as the pursuit tightened.
Show me your hand! Show me your fucking hand! Show me your hand! Put your fucking hands up! Put your hands up!
There are no contacts in your phone book. To make a phone call, say something like dial 206-555-188. You can also say call emergency or call roadside assistance. There are no contacts in your phone book. To make a phone call, say something like dial 206-555-188.
As the Tahoe attempted a turn, the state trooper executed a clean pit maneuver, sending the SUV sliding off the roadway and into a ditch. Deputies rushed in, gave clear commands, and took Huddleston into custody without further resistance. A search of the vehicle revealed methamphetamine, and records showed he also had outstanding warrants. The chase stopped in the dirt, but his situation only got worse from there. Charges: fleeing and eluding attempted assault on an officer with a vehicle, reckless driving, drug possession, outstanding warrants. A routine patrol turned into a fast and dangerous mistake. He tried to ram his way out, but Georgia State Patrol ended the ride. On February 4, 2016, in South Oklahoma City, a sheriff's deputy attempted a traffic stop after seeing 29-year-old Brett Gambino driving without a seatbelt. Instead of pulling over, Gambino circled a parking lot twice before cutting across a field and shooting back onto the access road with two passengers riding along. The deputy stayed behind as the pickup sped toward Interstate 35, making it obvious this stop was turning into a chase.
We're in the stop sign going eastbound, my direction westbound, Southeast 51st, making a U-turn. car quickly with a cab on the back end. We are now northbound on the northbound service road to Sewage.
Clear northbound service road coming up on 48.
Speeds right now are 64. Traffic is light. Pulling up on 44th Street. Green light. We're fixing to get on I-35, south, northbound, I-35, northbound, 44.
Sorry, we're going to call on the 750.
Gambino pushed through the streets near Southwest 44th, jumping curbs, weaving through business lots, and blasting back into traffic. Near Southeast 29th, he swung through a Sonic drive-in, then turned onto the northbound lanes, going south into oncoming vehicles. Deputies stayed on him as he threaded past startled drivers and forced cars to the shoulder, the danger rising with every turn of the wheels.
Eastbound on 29, eastbound 29, going into the Sonic parking lot.
You just advised and you both covering each other up on the radio.
He's going the wrong way on the southbound. We are now southbound on the northbound service road. I'm going to try to TBI him. But he's back on the road going northbound on the service road. He has lost the tires and we got city roads.
10-1, city on tires, northbound service road.
They're at TBI to me just before, I believe, 44th Street, I believe.
Advising you, Grand, 126.
On the rim now. We're coming up on 29th Street on the rim. I'm going to try to TBI to get him out.
With traffic tightening on the access road, a sheriff's lieutenant moved into position behind the pickup. As Gambino tried to slip past another line of vehicles, the lieutenant executed a pit maneuver, striking the rear quarter of the truck and sending it into a controlled spin. The pickup slid sideways, bounced off the shoulder, and came to a stop as deputies surrounded it. Gambino jumped out, but surrendered within seconds. His two passengers were detained and checked by deputies. No major injuries were reported. Charges: fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, driving on wrong side of roadway, failure to wear seatbelt, endangering passengers. A missing seatbelt turned into a wrong-way chase, and it ended the moment deputies used a pit maneuver to stop the ride for him. On April 3, 2016, in Grandview, Missouri, an officer attempted to pull over an SUV near Missouri 150 and East Outer Road for a suspected traffic violation. The driver tapped the brakes but never actually committed to stopping, always a sign the day is headed sideways. The SUV drifted toward Interstate 49 as the officer followed in, hoping this would still end with a conversation. Instead, the driver made it clear he had other plans. Seconds later, the driver lost control and the SUV flipped violently near Interstate 49, rolling until it landed upside down in a cloud of dust. The impact threw the driver clear of the vehicle, sending the officer sprinting toward the wreck while shouting for help locating him. He was found moments later in a ditch, barely responsive. The officer immediately began chest compressions and kept him calm until paramedics arrived, assisted by a nurse and her husband who had witnessed the crash. The chase ended in seconds, but the life-saving work started immediately. Charges: fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, failure to yield, traffic violation, suspected original offense. A simple stop turned into a rollover and a rescue effort. He outran the traffic, but not the consequences waiting in the ditch. On February 24, 2016, in Canadian County, Oklahoma, Agent Tony Wood stopped a silver sedan after clocking it at 61 miles per hour through a construction zone. When he approached the window, he immediately noticed 2 empty beer bottles sitting in the passenger seat, never a great start to a conversation. As Sawyer stepped out, Wood saw him slip something into his jacket. It was clear this wasn't going to be a quick warning.
Just go ahead and have a seat for me right back there on the passenger side, please. Hey, sir, what did you put in your pocket before when you were getting out? Not that pocket in here. You don't have any weapons or anything on you, do you?
No, sir.
No guns, knives?
Sir.
No, don't you reach for it. Drop your fucking hand right now. Oh, man. Have you lost your mind? On the ground. Oh, don't you touch it.
Sir,
I will kill you right now.
Sir, I just want to go home.
I will fucking kill you. Get on the
I
ground.
want to go home.
Get on the
I
ground.
want to go home, sir.
Get on the ground. You go for it and I will shoot you dead.
I want to go home. Please, can I go home?
On the ground.
Can I just go home?
On the ground.
Sir, can I just go home, please?
You're going to get tased. On the ground. Go, go, go. You got the radio, go.
46 headquarters are going to be in pursuit of that east west. Looks like he has deployed his phaser as well. One time, but one light now. We are eastbound.
Somebody go back there and get that gun off the side of the road. He pulled the gun on me. I'm taking him now.
Headquarters were at 80 miles an hour. Stop here at 108. Headquarters, we're back at it. Still eastbound.
Come on.
Clear. I need a vehicle description. I want to look at return on Idaho to George Union 1014.
Seconds later, the driver dove back into his car and launched eastbound on I-40, pushing past 100 miles per hour before most people could blink. Troopers reported him weaving through construction traffic, blasting down the shoulder, and nearly clipping multiple vehicles as he racked up miles at speeds above 120. Whatever plan he had, it wasn't getting better at that speed. Units rotated positions as he blew through mile markers, showing no sign of slowing for anything, not even reality.
Still eastbound, 114. What was the vehicle description again? This is all pulled up, ready to go, Florida tag.
Florida tag, Adam Queen, George, Union 10.
How many want you say that lane?
Clear Adam Queen, George Union 10.
20. Almost 115. Hey, let's go away past you. Turn it to 115. Take exit to 120, 132, Oklahoma City.
Exit 132.
Okay, that is crash house. This crash house.
The chase finally came to a close when Sawyers exited at Cimarron Road, lost control, and plowed into a line of trees. Troopers boxed him in and took him into custody without further incident, his dog being the only calm passenger in the car. Medical crews treated him for injuries from the crash before he was transported. Inside the vehicle, agents recovered a handgun, 2 rifles, and additional ammunition. As one trooper put it, the only thing he didn't hit was the brakes. His night ended in the ditch and in handcuffs. Charges: fleeing and eluding reckless driving assault with a deadly weapon on an officer DUI. Possession of firearms driving with suspended license. A routine warning turned into a 25-mile high-speed mess. In the end, he outran everything but the consequences. On December 7, 2025, in Little Rock, Arkansas, an officer spotted a gray 2010 Jeep Patriot with fictitious tags near Roosevelt Road and University Street. When the officer attempted a traffic stop, the driver immediately took off westbound, skipping any chance of explanation. Within seconds, the Jeep turned onto city streets where speeds didn't match the limits. It was clear this stop wasn't going to stay simple.
Go ahead, show me 1037.
1033 for Adam 36.
We're going to be west on 36th Street. Coming up to John Barrow's up front. Connection established.
John Barrow.
Speed 60, traffic light.
Speed 60, traffic light.
The Jeep tore through 36th Street at speeds reaching 90 miles per hour in a 35 zone, blowing past intersections and traffic with no hesitation. The driver pushed harder as patrol units closed distance, forcing the chase through tight residential roadways. Whatever plan he had, it depended entirely on speed. Officers moved into position as the margin for error disappeared.
John Barrow, just turning left on 36.
At 36, I'm turning off 36, so behind you. I'll come.
Connection lost. 10-4 passing Lower Street.
Passing Lower Street.
That's by time 4.
At 36th Street and Ramin Road, officers executed a pit maneuver, sending the Jeep to a stop while it was still in drive. All 3 occupants jumped out and ran, scattering from the vehicle as officers chased on foot. Corporal deployed a taser on Octavius Shavers, successfully stopping him and taking him into custody. The remaining passengers, Damian Townsend and Jonathan Acker, were later captured without further incident. All 3 were medically cleared before being transported to the Pulaski County Jail, with Shavers treated for minor facial injuries. Charges: Octavius Shavers, fleeing and eluding, vehicle fleeing on foot, fictitious tags, driving on suspended license, theft by receiving unauthorized use of property. Damian Townsend and Jonathan Acker, theft by receiving fleeing on foot. A fake tag stop turned into a high-speed sprint through city streets. He ran from the car, but not far enough. On December 3, 2025, in Conway County, Arkansas, Corporal Antonio May was patrolling eastbound on Interstate 40 when dispatch advised of an active pursuit coming his direction. Moments later, a gray Jeep with Texas plates came into view, flying eastbound with Morrilton police units close behind. The speed alone made it clear this wasn't a routine traffic stop. Corporal May activated his lights and moved into position as the pursuit reached the interstate.
Carful, what's the vehicle description?
1040, are you right behind the seat?
Yeah, 10-4. What's the vehicle description?
Looks like
The Jeep continued eastbound at speeds over 100 miles per hour, weaving through traffic and making aggressive lane changes. Near the 112-mile marker, the driver passed multiple vehicles using the right shoulder, squeezing by at highway speeds with no room for error. Whatever plan he had, it relied heavily on speed and very little judgment. Units stayed coordinated as the situation tightened mile by mile.
511 Silver Tahoe's in the lead right now. 89 miles an hour right now. 1303. I'll take the lead when they catch up here. I got a pit bumper. 511. Correction, 31. I got it. I'm behind. We're stopping. We're stopping.
Get out. Fucking truck. Get out.
Approaching the 113-mile marker, the Jeep suddenly slowed and came to a complete stop in the left lane. Corporal May issued commands, and the driver complied, exiting the vehicle without resistance. Additional troopers arrived to secure the scene, and the suspect was taken into custody without further incident. Investigators later learned the pursuit began after a license plate reader alert identified the vehicle's registered operator as a military deserter from Fort Bragg. The chase ended calmly, but only after a dangerous run down I-40. Charges fleeing and eluding reckless driving traffic violations. A high-speed gamble ended with a quiet surrender in the left lane. He outran traffic, but not the alert that started it all. On December 4, 2025, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, an OKCPD officer attempted to stop a vehicle near 23rd Street and I-44 for a traffic violation. Instead of pulling over, the driver accelerated and led officers onto the interstate through North Oklahoma City. What began as a routine stop quickly shifted into a pursuit scenario. From the start, it was clear this wasn't going to end with a citation. The vehicle continued eastbound on I-44, maintaining speed as officers followed at a controlled distance. Traffic thinned and tightened in stretches as the driver pushed toward the 23rd Street exit. The car drifted through lanes and showed signs of instability approaching the off-ramp. Whatever the plan was, control was already slipping away.
Speeds are slowing down. We're about 70 right now. Still eastbound. Hey, you just crashed out 23rd Street. 1070.
Start fire. Car's on fire.
9-4, start fire.
Hey, you just crashed out 23rd Street. 1070.
As the driver attempted to exit onto 23rd Street, the vehicle overcorrected and slammed into a concrete barrier. The impact caused catastrophic damage, immediately ending the pursuit. The driver was transported to a nearby hospital, where they were later pronounced deceased. No officers were injured during the incident. The chase stopped, but the outcome was final. Charges: traffic violation, fleeing and eluding. A brief pursuit ended in a deadly crash on an Oklahoma City off-ramp. One decision turned a traffic stop into a permanent outcome. On March 2, 2021, near Salix, Iowa, Deputy Tony Wingert attempted to stop a westbound sedan on K-35 after noticing the driver had a barred license. The brake lights flicked on, but the car never actually stopped, always a promising sign. Inside were 4 passengers, none of whom seemed interested in slowing down either. Before the deputy could say much more, the sedan blew through a stop sign and made it clear the night was headed in the wrong direction. Darby pushed the car onto Old Highway 75, accelerating past traffic as the deputy called out each reckless move in real time. Speeds climbed toward 117 miles per hour, while the sedan weaved through oncoming lanes and squeezed past vehicles that had no idea they were now part of a chase. Whatever Darby's plan was, it wasn't improving with the speedometer. Both cars surged into Salix, the suspect still trying hard to outrun a decision he made miles earlier.
This is 1050. Nope, definitely 1050. Rollover.
The pursuit ended when Darby tried passing a semi and swerved sharply to avoid another one coming head-on. The sedan lost control, rolled 3 full times, and landed upright in a muddy field. One of the few moments the deputy didn't have to guess what would happen next. Miraculously, all 5 occupants survived, though 2 were taken to the hospital. Darby climbed out and ran on foot, leading the deputy across the field until he found the suspect hiding in a foul-smelling sewage lagoon. After some convincing, Darby surrendered and was taken into custody, along with a recommendation to be thoroughly decontaminated. His night ended in a pond and in handcuffs. Charges: fleeing and eluding reckless driving, driving with barred license, failure to stop at stop sign, endangerment of passengers. A simple stop turned into a rollover, a foot chase, and a dip in a sewage pond. He outran the road, but not the consequences waiting in the mud. On February 5, 2016 in Portland, Oregon, Sergeant Jason Lyle spotted a gold Cadillac matching the exact description of a vehicle used minutes earlier in a fatal shooting. The car carried Washington plates, the same detail witnesses reported at the homicide scene. When Lyle tried to verify the occupants, the Cadillac accelerated north on I-205, making it clear the conversation wasn't going to happen in a parking lot. With 3 homicide suspects inside, the situation escalated immediately. The Cadillac pushed northbound at speeds touching 110 miles per hour, weaving through traffic as it crossed into Washington. Troopers watched it jump lanes, squeeze past slower drivers, and surge up I-5 as if the interstate belonged to them. Whatever plan they had, it wasn't improving with every mile marker they cleared. Units coordinated ahead, preparing for a controlled end while keeping distance from a car that had already proven deadly off the highway. Near Exit 32 in Cowlitz County, Washington State Patrol executed a precise pit maneuver, spinning the Cadillac into a controlled stop. Patrol vehicles boxed it in, officers staged a high-risk felony stop, and all three suspects exited without a fight, an unexpected choice given how the day began. No shots were fired, and no one was injured, marking the calmest moment of a very violent case. As one trooper said afterward, the chase stopped, but their problems definitely didn't. Charges: aggravated murder, getaway driver, fleeing and eluding reckless driving. A deadly crime ended with a controlled stop on the interstate. They outran traffic, but not the investigation waiting for them. On August 20th, 2019 in Lubbock, Texas, officers responded to a shoplifting call at the Walmart on South Loop 289. The suspect, 20-year-old Shane Warren, fled in a blue Volkswagen Beetle that had been reported stolen the day before. When an officer attempted to stop him, Warren accelerated onto the loop and pushed the car toward 130 miles per hour. It was clear he had no intention of slowing down.
22 first one. Yes, and vehicles being 1099.
Yeah, we're going to the west.
10-4 in pursuit.
Yep.
Yeah, 33 traffic, dispatch to Walmart, 4215 something.
The Beetle took the first exit for East 19th Street and briefly returned to the access road. Visibility dropped ahead, and dust began kicking into the air as the car vanished beyond the off-ramp. The pursuing officer backed off, slowing as he approached the second exit, where the dust cloud grew thicker and the roadway ahead suddenly opened into darkness. Moments earlier, the stolen Beetle had lost control at high speed, sliding off the roadway and flipping multiple times before coming to rest in a field. 20-year-old Shane Warren was ejected during the rollover and was pronounced deceased at the scene. Two companions who had been with Warren at Walmart, Christy West and Leon Smith, were located and arrested on outstanding warrants. No officers were injured during the pursuit. Charges: Christy West, outstanding warrants. Leon Smith, outstanding warrants. The driver, Warren, was deceased and did not receive charges. What began as a routine shoplifting call turned into a dangerous, high-speed pursuit of a stolen vehicle. Supervisors monitored the chase, and the investigation into the incident continued as the community learned the driver had died before officers could reach him. On March 7, 2023, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, officers attempted a traffic stop on a black car during nighttime patrol. The driver hesitated, then pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. City streets lit by headlights quickly replaced any chance of a routine stop. From the very beginning, he made it clear he had no intention of pulling over.
Description for 3.
Pursuit of blackness on Road 1 westbound on St. Paul. Shit, what just hit me? Water bottle came out. Still westbound on St. Paul, passing 31st Street. Speeds are 50 miles per hour.
The black car sped through Milwaukee streets, cutting through traffic and ignoring signals as officers followed. At night, every intersection tightened the risk, with visibility dropping and reaction time shrinking. Whatever his plan was, it relied heavily on speed and very little control. Officers maintained pursuit as the situation unfolded block by block.
5 miles per hour. Traffic is light, roads are dry, passing islands. So he's signaling to go westbound on Elite. Correction, we're still northbound on 35. That's the extinguisher lights. The extinguisher's lights. Speeds are 50 miles per hour. Traffic is light, roads are dry. Galena. We're eastbound on Galena from 35. Southbound on 27 from Galena. Eastbound at 18. Whoa! Oh, you're right. Crash. 17th Street. 17th. They're bailing. Bail. Stay with the car. Black veil, black shirt, white pants. Oh, you wrecked. Crash. 17th Street. They're bailing. Bail. Stay with the car. Black veil, black shirt, white pants.
Get on the ground! Do it now! Get on the ground! Black male, black shirt, white pants, southbound. Get down to the ground now! Get down, stay down! There's another one. He's still southbound. Hands out! Hey, he's right there in front of you, squad. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. I don't know why he ran. That's covered. I don't even. You got him? I'm gonna go. Yeah, go. Give me the address. What are you looking for?
The chase came to an end when the black car crashed and rolled to a stop. As officers moved in, 3 suspects were found inside the vehicle. 2 fled on foot into the surrounding area, disappearing into the night. 1 male suspect remained at the scene and was taken into custody without further incident. No injuries were reported. Charges: fleeing and eluding reckless driving, failure to obey traffic control devices, resisting arrest for suspects who fled on foot. What started as a nighttime traffic stop ended with a crash, a foot chase, and multiple suspects running in different directions. 2 managed to disappear into the dark. 1 didn't run far enough. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.